Austin Jay-Jay Okocha did not achieve anything in world football compared to the talent he actually has. Okocha was so good that he was named twice JJ. Okocha is one of the best number 10 in world football. Okocha is the best dribbler when it comes to the continent of Africa. At one point in his career, he was the most expensive African footballer in world football. So the big question is, why is it that Okocha actually achieved little or less in world football? In this video, I'm going to analyze 3 factors why Okocha actually was little or less in world football. The third one will shock you guys. Let's start with the number 1. Number 1, the big club factor. Jay-Jay Okocha actually did not play for big club in quotes. He actually played for lower teams. Teams like Fenerbahçe, teams like All City, Frankfurt, PSG, and Bolton Wanderers. Please take note, PSG wasn't that good, strong, or wasn't a big team then. It was just an average team then. And if you know in world football, the tendency of you winning trophies also depend on the club you play for. If you play for a lower club, people don't expect you to win the big trophies. The big clubs, most of them guarantee you trophies. And in a footballer career, what defines you is the club you play for. You can see the example of Harry Kane when he was at Tottenham. Tottenham is also a big club, don't get me wrong. He didn't achieve much in Tottenham. He didn't achieve anything in Tottenham. But immediately he switched to Bayern Munich, a bigger club. What happened? His cabinet profile increased. That is what big club gives to you. It's a platform for you to exhibit your trophies. Okocha did not do that. And I'm still shocked why he didn't even move to clubs like United or Arsenal or Juventus or AC or Real Madrid or Barcelona at his prime. Because at his prime, he was actually contented playing for Bolton Wanderers as their captain for more than 6 years without achieving or winning a trophy. And that really counted against him when he contested the Africa Footballer of the Year award with Samuel Eto'o. You could remember at that time, Eto'o was playing for Barcelona and he was playing for Bolton. There's no how the voters will not think towards Samuel Eto'o, who was playing for a Champions League team like Barcelona, compared to you, that is being watched by only Premier League fans, Bolton Wanderers. So you can see where the big club factors actually led him to achieve little or less in football. Another reason why Okocha actually achieved less or little in world football is the number of individual awards he won. Now take note. Individual award matters also for a player of that magnitude. Okocha, the last time I checked, actually won just 2 major individual awards: the BBC Africa Footballer of the Year and the AFCON Play MVP Award, 2004 AFCON MVP Award. These are the 2 major individual awards I knew he won then. And if you look at it, as for them to rate you high, you should show what you have done. He was never voted in any of the league he has played for as one of the best players in that season. He has never been voted. For his 20 years playing in Europe, Okocha wasn't nominated as part of the player of the season in any leagues he played for in Europe. You can see that. So these are things that are really counted against him. He doesn't have the Africa Footballer of the Year award. He doesn't have some individual award that can boost his profile. These are things that actually counted against him. Now, the major one that actually made people always underrate his achievement is the output. Okocha, let's be sincere to ourselves, Okocha output as a playmaker, as a prime playmaker during his time, wasn't really that special. Okocha was one of the best playmakers in world football during his time. He was one of the best skillful and most dribble and most flamboyant players during his time. But how many assists did he actually had? In modern day football, the way they measure players with midfielders with their assists is their defining factor. Okocha only has 3 assists in more than 500 games in his career. And to me, that number actually looks so below standard as a midfielder, as a number 10. Giving just his 3 assists in more than 500 appearances. You can see where it's coming from. The yardstick they used to measure in Jay-Jay Okocha, why he actually was N little or less. Because the assist wasn't there. Even the goal ratio, he doesn't have a special goal ratio, a goal contribution. His assist wasn't there. So if you look at players like Kevin De Bruyne of this world, Bruno Fernandes, what comes to your mind is the number of assists these guys always give, week in, week out. That's what people use to measure a playmaker of this magnitude, number of assists. Okocha did not actually have the numbers or the stats to his side, but with due respect, Okocha was absolutely a beast when it comes to playmaking, skillful dribbling. Okocha was something else. In that time, please don't forget, in that time, statistics wasn't the way we would measure football that time. But at the same time, nowadays football has changed. But Okocha is someone that I've never seen a dribbler like Okocha in Africa. Africa has never produced another Okocha. I don't think Africa will produce another Okocha in the next 30 years. Okocha was the best playmaker Africa has ever produced, was the most skillful player, the best dribbler Africa has ever produced. But unfortunately, the talent he actually exhibited did not actually give him the all-round accolades of achievement. That is just the most painful thing. So guys, let me hear your opinion about this. Do you believe Jay-Jay Okocha would have achieved more if he had played for clubs like United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Real Madrid or Barcelona? Or do you believe he wouldn't have done that? Let's get your opinion in the comment section.